Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. If everybody including Will, I mean, Will.
Same question for you. You're a proud father.
If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break.
When you bring up Terence Bud, Crawford and Gervonta Tank Davis together, you're referring to two absolute forces in the boxing world.
To kind of wrap your brain around that and make.
Oh, Kavayaskis comes forward, and Bud Crawford was hurt. And
now there's tension, ego, and the possibility of real fireworks. But there's still no fight contract, at least not yet. After what happened live on air, the rivalry is clearly heating up. Gervonta Tank Davis isn't backing down either. He laughed it off hard, almost treating the idea of him stepping in the ring as a joke. It might have gone unnoticed by some, but not by Tank. When you're one of boxing's most dangerous champions and someone treats your name like a punchline, it hits differently. Tank definitely took that personally.
Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition.
Yes,
he was doing that a lot.
And he gotta be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you gotta be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you gotta be careful of.
Right after the clip started circulating, Tank wasted no time. He clapped back online, and he did it hard. In a now viral post, Tank called out Bud for being scared of the smoke and acting like a big dog until a real one shows up. He didn't even try to hide how angry he was. Gervonta Davis doesn't just talk for the sake of it. When he posts like that, it usually means he's genuinely ready to put hands on somebody.
Spotlight, they want, like, it's like more so like hate type of vibe, like, you know? They want what you have, like, they want all the attention on them and type shit. Like, if they was to get it, they wouldn't even know what to do with it. Type shit. And it's like, I didn't ask for this, it just came with it. Like, you know, I'm real, like, people understand me because I'm...
Tank said, "You laughed like I wouldn't really come up and touch you. We'll see if you're still laughing when I'm standing across from you." No smile, no joke. Tank has also been throwing shots for a while, talking about moving up and beating anybody at 147, even the top names. And when fans started pushing the conversation further and bringing up tougher talk, he only seemed to lean into the heat even more.
How does a fight with you and Terence Crawford look?
147? I tap that trend, you know he going to sleep.
I already know. I already know he is.
Got no chance.
I already know he is.
Said no chance.
I got round 5.
Crawford, being who he is, wasn't just going to let that slide. The moment Tank's name came up in interviews, he fired back and made it clear that Tank hasn't faced anyone near his level. Different class, different world. That's when things really started heating up.
How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
Nah, ain't no catch weight. You come up to 47.
You're not even entertaining the catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And, what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
All right.
Then came the now infamous Ring Magazine Gala. Tank didn't even get an invite. Crawford, on the other hand, was front and center, taking it all in. When reporters asked about Tank's absence, Crawford didn't hold back. That's when the playful jabs shifted into something much more serious. Crawford took it personal for a long time. Every time someone asked, "Would you ever fight Tank?" he kept it calm, acting like it wasn't really a big deal. And in his mind, why should it be? He's Terence Crawford, an undisputed pound-for-pound king with nothing left to prove.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
And tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
But now it's not about proving anything anymore. It's about humbling Gervonta "Tank" Davis. At this point, it's personal.
He would never even think about to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47, though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why, though?
Because I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like,
just not your cup of tea? That's just not your...
Yeah, I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter, though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways.
Let's clear it up right now. There's no contract. This fight isn't signed. No date, no venue, no official poster. But honestly, that might be the only thing missing. The disrespect was real, the responses were loud, and fans are already picking sides. And it's not just the fans. Floyd "Money" Mayweather has also weighed in. Reportedly, Floyd wasn't too pleased with Gervonta Davis clapping back at Crawford the way he did.
Some kind of crazy trash talk with Gervonta and Terence Crawford recently. And one of the things that I've always kind of noticed is most of the time, one of the things that's kind of off limits is families. Like you usually don't.
Yes.
I
know where you're going with this.
Yeah, and so I wanted to kind of understand what your thoughts was about like some of those comments that was made. I think it was about Terence's wife. What, like in your mind, where? Because obviously, like you've been in this sport.
I think Terence Crawford right now in the sport of boxing is the pound-for-pound best fighter in the sport of boxing right now. It's good to see him in the position that he's in. I think he has a beautiful family. I think he has a beautiful wife, a beautiful queen, a black queen. And there's nothing better than a black woman in this world. That's just my opinion. We're all entitled to our opinion. And I think just in the sport of boxing right now, I think we need to start sticking.
Now here's where things get even spicier, because reportedly, Floyd "Money" Mayweather is also stepping in to help train Terence Crawford for his upcoming fights. Yes, the same Floyd who once mentored Gervonta "Tank" Davis and helped guide his rise to stardom.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, "You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter." Years later, he was working with some people from our team because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket. Now he's a
And it's the same Floyd that Tank has been throwing shade at for months. Now Floyd is reportedly switching corners and teaming up with a guy who just laughed in Tank's face. That's wild. But for Tank, it feels like a straight betrayal. First his mentor links up with his rival, then that same rival mocks him on live TV. If you don't think that's only going to add more fuel to Tank's fire, you don't really know Tank.
To do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love and hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
Before Tank versus Bud can even happen, there's a massive fight that could completely change the storyline. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. Bud is moving way up in weight to face Canelo, arguably one of the most dangerous active fighters in boxing. And let's be real, that's a bold move.
I want Canelo. Is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you'll whoop his ass.
Like yes, man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Masvidal.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stones. It's about...
Canelo isn't just a power puncher. He's a technician, a ring general, and he's been operating at those higher weights for years. When smaller fighters move up and try to box with the big guys, it usually ends the same way. They get overwhelmed.
I can't go down anymore. But you know, like he say, you know, when they ask him for the Gervonta fight, they don't wanna get credit for that fight. It's the same for me. I don't need to take that fight because everybody's gonna say it's too small, it's too small, it's too small, and then, you know, he need to enjoy his fight. Okay, he deserves it. He deserves it. I like Spence, but you know, I like Spence and all the respect for him and everything. But I knew. I think is the type of fight Terence Crawford is different. 168, but like I say, like he say, nobody's gonna give me credit for that.
And if Bud loses badly to Canelo, that could completely kill the hype around a Tank versus Bud matchup. Nobody really wants to see a fighter who just got beaten step back down and still be treated like a top threat. The mystique disappears, the tension fades, and the buzz dies down. So if things go wrong for Bud, that whole storyline could collapse before it even really begins.
Like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before it gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo has, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean?
Let's dream for a second. If Bud survives Canelo and the Tank fight actually gets made, what happens in the ring? It turns into a high-level chess match. Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the most explosive punchers in boxing. Slick, compact, and extremely accurate. If he lands clean, it's usually lights out.
Hands. Before I go see Tank, I gotta get shots in my hands. I gotta make sure my hands is right, because I don't dumb him down with his punches. I let him do it. You know what I'm saying? And he get to go, you all right? Yeah. Nigga, work. I just feel sorry for them guys that really push the button. Martin pushed the button. Y'all see?
Terence Crawford, though, is a different kind of fighter. He's a switch hitter with elite fight IQ, precise timing, and sharp movement. He doesn't just beat opponents physically. He breaks them down mentally first, then picks them apart piece by piece.
Terence Crawford, Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, you felt their punches. Who hits harder to you?
Like when I sparred Terence Crawford, so I was 20 years old at the time. So it's like he was trying to man me, like, I'm gonna show you a little boy type stuff. But like what you just said, so I'm mature for my age. So, you know, so that's why we even out.
Right.
Even a little boy.
The weight difference would definitely be a major factor. Tank would be moving up from lightweight to 147, possibly even higher depending on where Bud is after the Canelo fight. Crawford would naturally be the bigger man, longer reach, more experience at those higher weights, and already comfortable in that range. And let's not forget, he's scored stoppages at that level like it's nothing.
How would they not? You know, I don't know what it is with me. They just always try to diminish my accomplishments and, oh, well, who I was fighting. They say, oh, well, you wasn't fighting nobody. And this guy, Errol Spence, is the most fundamentally sound fighter in the game. So that's why everybody was picking him. But I was favored in Vegas, so Vegas must have had.
But Tank thrives in wars. He's got heart, grit, and a chin that hasn't really been tested to the breaking point yet. If he can carry that same knockout power up to welterweight, he becomes a serious problem for anybody in that division. But to be fair, some fans feel Tank hasn't looked as dominant in his most recent outings. A lot of that conversation picked up after his fight with Lamont Roach, where people started questioning his sharpness and overall momentum. Now on paper, Tank got the win, but if you actually watched the fight, you saw a different story. Lamont Roach gave him real problems in there and didn't make it an easy night at all.
To explode with the left. Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leaned with right. He took a knee.
He was landing clean shots on Tank, slipping punches, and at moments even looked like the sharper fighter. Tank's usual explosiveness seemed a bit muted, with his timing just slightly off. And let's not forget, Roach isn't on the level of a Terence Crawford.